Cage 64 on the 23rd of November at Aino Areena Järvenpää. Live on pay-per-view at cage.fi. Precis. Film, photo and advertising.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the main event of the night.
The stoic Finn, Ville Goat Mankinen, has all the pieces of the MMA puzzle. All-around technical finesse, fight IQ, athleticism, strength, heart and killer instinct.
Mä oon vapaa-ottelijan monipuolinen ja vahva. Mun tuleva vastustaja on fyysinen ja kova potku nyrkkeilee ja aika räjähtävä kaveri taitaa olla. Mä uskon, että mä oon mun vastustaja parempi sekä pystyy ottelemaan, mutta varsinkin vahvempi painimaan.
The Brazilian physical specimen, Willian Barbosa, is a skilled and aggressive striker who looks to land a knockout early and call it a night.
Eu sou Willian Barbosa, sou grande striker, sou muito explosivo e meu ponto forte é o Muay Thai. Eu amo lutar porque eu nasci pra isso e eu tô na minha melhor versão e amanhã vocês podem esperar show dentro do cage. Eu nasci pra isso, eu não sei fazer outra coisa, eu não quero fazer outra coisa. Eu nasci pra lutar. Meu adversário é um atleta completo, tem muitas qualidades, tanto em pé quanto no chão. Mas eu vim para vencê-lo.
Mä uskon, että tämä ottelu tulee päättyä eka erän lopulla mun lopetusvoittoon.
Will the calm and calculated Mankinen be able to shine with ice-cold finesse? Or will Bolt sprint to a lightning fast finish?
Mun mielestä on hienoa olla mukaan, kun ekaa kertaa musiikkitohon järjestetään vapaa-ottelija ja iso kunnia olla vielä siinä pääottelussa.
Ladies and gentlemen, we give you the main event. Ville Mankinen versus Willian Barbosa.
To the blue corner, Willian Barbosa.
Barbosa. Barbosa is explosive, an absolute athletic specimen who uses a crazy arsenal of kicks, punches, and flying knees to really try and take you out of there. This is a very dangerous fight for Ville Mankinen. And Willian Barbosa, who is rather large for the division and has that explosive striking power, is going to look to finish him here tonight.
Yeah, and at Cage Warriors last time, Ville faced Mankinen, who is tall and very powerful striker, and he had a hard time in that matchup. So I think it's a similar problem, a different fighter, a different kind of explosiveness that Barbosa brings, but those tall strikers have given Ville trouble previously, and I think this is his chance to prove that he can crack the code, how to beat the tall, explosive striker that has troubled him in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an important matchup for him here tonight. Let's see if he is able to actually crack that code. Mankinen, of course, has had a bit of trouble in his last two bouts, but Willian Barbosa also himself dropped his last bout to a knee bar. So an important fight for both fighters, I think, here tonight. Barbosa just taking everything in here in Helsinki tonight. Here's calm and collected.
And he's been very calm the whole fight week, doing media, everything that he had to do before walking into the cage. He has really carried himself like a true professional and very cool, calm, and calculated.
Yeah, this is his 11th fight after all, so I mean, he has quote-unquote been there before. Maybe not here at Cage, but it's clear he's been around the block.
Willian Barbosa. To the red corner, Ville The main event of the night. This fight is brought to you by Precis Film, Photo and Advertising. Tämän ottelun tarjoaa mainostoimisto Precis. In the blue corner, fighting with a professional record of 4 wins, 5 losses and 1 draw, weighing 67.9 kilos, fighting out of Brazil, Willian Barbosa! And in the red corner, fighting with a professional record of 8 wins, 6 losses and 1 draw, weighing 68 kilos, representing 03 fight team, fighting out of Laitila, Finland, Ville, go, Mankinen!
Here we go. The main event of the evening begins here at the Musiikkitalo in Helsinki, Finland. And a hard leg kick opens up for Willian Barbosa. A stiff jab follows shortly after. Barbosa blasts forward and lands another kick there. Mankinen's got to start having some meaningful offense. Throws a leg kick of his own. Oh, and a hard kick to the body. Lands for Willian Barbosa.
But a good entry off of that for Mankinen. And
absolutely
just
huge elevation.
Oh, and a great takedown.
That was tremendous. And a thunder of applause from the Finnish crowd here tonight.
Great pinning by Mankinen. Getting that left cross face. And he has control of the right arm of Barbosa, which prevents the underhook. And it gives him the opportunity if Barbosa starts to turn to threaten for arm locks.
Doesn't have great control of it though now.
Now
he's on the bicep.
Yeah, Ville looking to move his hands to inside control, which means he's controlling the bicep, looking to control the neck of Barbosa so he can posture up and possibly drop elbows or other ground and pound.
Barbosa trying to stay defensively sound here where he can. Now trying to perhaps bridge or create or shrimp rather, excuse me. Barbosa's complaining about shots to the back of the head.
But I think they were striking the ear to the opposite side.
Mankinen tried to drop that.
The referee had a really good angle on those. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Barbosa doing a good job hiding his head, so Ville kind of land anything significant, but
he's trying to get through what he can, but nothing.
Yeah, but he needs to try to scramble.
Notable. Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Mankinen's trying to get it on the neck here.
Now Barbosa trying to work for a double leg, trying to maybe wrestle up, but to no avail. Mankinen just seems a bit too strong in the position.
Mankinen's hunting for that neck here now. He doesn't have access to that head to land any meaningful shots from a ground and pound perspective. So he's trying to, it seems, collect that arm and then get in on that neck perhaps if he can. Nope, moves into half guard and now looks to drop some elbows. Oh, and there they go, a couple of them there.
possibly threatening with an arm triangle a bit here, but Barbosa very wary of it and putting his back flat on the mat.
Mankinen showing good fundamental top control, perhaps going for that arm walk.
Now he's got
that. Oh, and that's brutal. Oh, he's cranking that. The positioning is not quite right here, obviously.
Well, Barbosa is doing everything to turn to the side of the Kimura. Ville could actually try to sit down from here and try because the more he can pull,
exactly.
Great job.
And that is it. First round submission here in the main event of the evening for Ville Mankinen by way of a brutal Kimura.
I think at one point, Barbosa was almost completely up in the air because there was so much tension on that arm when Ville was cranking it, and he was trying to like turn against or to the side of the Kimura.
That could have been very nasty, very quick there. Very good stoppage here. Unfortunately, in circumstances like that, you see a lot of nasty breaks.
Yeah.
Spiral fractures.
Exactly.
All sorts of horrible career-ending stuff.
That tension, especially when it comes to like shoulder locks and that kind of twist your arm, and also like heel hooks and other twisting locks to the knees. There's a lot of tension, and then when someone turns like against it, you can just see that they're usually like both shaking a little bit and something is about to break.
Yeah, listen, I'm no doctor, but to my knowledge, the shoulder don't move like that. So here you see Ville Mankinen blast forward on that takedown after he ate that kick to the body. And Barbosa gets elevated, and Mankinen dumps him. And then from here on out, really, he was able to maintain top control with relative ease until he was able to lock up that arm, get that Kimura. He fought for it a bit. His positioning was perhaps a bit off, but eventually he really muscled through.
Yeah, but that was honestly a great setup. Like, he was controlling the wrist very well, putting a lot of pressure on that, and then locked in the Kimura. And then once he was able to sit back a little bit, he was able to crank it all the way behind Barbosa's back.
And that was an excellent stoppage there. You know, there was no clear visible tap, but it was very clear where that was headed. Yeah. So I'm glad that did not reach its inevitable conclusion, because that would have been brutal.
Hyvä yleisö, Cage 64 otellaan Järvenpään Aino Areenalla 23. marraskuuta. Liput tuohon tapahtumaan ovat jo myynnissä ja niitä saa ostettua osoitteesta cage.fi. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Hokkanen has gone to stop this fight after 3 minutes and 53 seconds of the first round. Winner by Kimura, Ville "Goat" Mankinen!
There you have it, a first round victory for Ville the Goat Mankinen. With Emil Kurhela, Tom Ninimäki in his corner, cheering him on. Let's hear what he has to say to Velko.
Ville, onneksi olkoon. Erittäin näyttävä käsilukkovoitto.
Kiitos paljon.
Minkälaisella suunnitelmalla lähdit tähän pääotteluun tänään?
Näitte se äsken.
No, kuinka paljon tuossa kerkisi tapahtua ton erän aikana? Kerro vähän, mitä mielessä liikkui.
No, tarkoitus oli mittailla pystys. Vähän kuvittelin, että kaveri olisi peruutellut enemmän sen verran, mitä siitä aikaisemmin löytyi tietoa. Niin mietin, että se olisi peruuttanut ja imutellut enemmän. Mutta lähti aika rohkeasti hakemaan potkuja. Ja näin, sit pääsi kiinni ja sit mä sain sen mattoon. Ja hyvin se haki niitä underhookkeja siinä hetki meni ennen kuin sai mitään tehtyä. Ja sit on käsiä hyvin, ettei päässyt lyömäänkään siinä matolla.
Erittäin näyttävällä tavalla vielä veit alas. Missä vaiheessa olit varma, että toi käsilukko vie tämän ottelun päätökseen?
No, varmaan pari viikkoa sitten, kun sai tietää tästä matsista.
Erittäin hyvä. Ville Mankinen, hyvä löysä.
Kiitos.
All right, Alexi, give me a hand with that one for all the folks at home who might be a little rusty in their finish.
Basically recap the fight quickly, and then in the end, Velko asked, at what point were you sure that you were going to finish that Kimura? And Ville said about 2-3 weeks ago when he found out about this fight.
Excellent. Yeah, and an incredible performance. Another, another stunning performance from Ville Mankinen. Gets him back in his winning ways. It'll be good to see how he proceeds from here. Again, a lovely night of fights here at Cage 63, and we want to thank you all for joining us. It has been tremendous to have you here on the broadcast. On my behalf, thank you. And again, please do join us on the 23rd of November, either in Järvenpää or here on the pay-per-view broadcast. Alexi, as always, it's an honor to call the fights with you. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, Steve.
Have a good night.
Cage 64 on the 23rd of November at Aino Areena, Järvenpää. Live on pay-per-view at cage.fi.